Well, that was great. A nice way to end it with actual people who are out there, our climate action heroes, the people out there doing it, being amazing.
And I think we can remain hopeful about our future. We have such great examples, don't you think?
We've had high-level solutions. We've had government people. We've had people who are out there working on the very front lines. I think the 6th annual Austrian World Summit has been fantastic. And I think it's time to bring up our fearless leader, the director and organizer, once again to the stage, Monica Langthaler.
And of course, to end that summit, we also want to ask Austrian President Alexander Van der Bellen to join us on stage.
Well, it has been a long day for all of us, and it has been a roller coaster for my team and myself these last days. So please allow me here to, first of all, thanks to my team. You know, I'm standing here on the stage, but behind me and in front of and everywhere are incredible people who are working with me have been working with me for the last months and weeks. And so I would really appreciate if you give a big applause to my team from the Schwarzenegger Climate Initiative and from Brainbows. Thank you so much, everybody who is listening. I have an incredible director who is sitting and listening to everything, and an incredible person who did the films with us. They also have their stuff. They were all incredible, especially these last 3 days, which were really a roller coaster for us because it was by very short notice that we knew that Arnold Schwarzenegger couldn't come. So it was, an interesting new experience again. Many thanks, of course, to Hannelore, to Matt, of course, and to you, Barbara. Many, many, many thanks to all of our speakers. We had speakers from 15 different nations. They were here with us. They came from far countries. Some of them were, as you saw, digital, virtual guests, but we are used to that after living in a pandemic. So we appreciate that we had such an international speakers with us and that we had such an international audience today. You know, we had registrations from more than 50 nations today, which makes us, of course, very, very, very proud. And of course, that can also only happen if we all work together. And that's why it's so important that the first man to say in our in our country, the president, has been always supporting us. Mr. President. I'm not going to sing, no, Mr. President. But I know I'm asking you that every year. Every year it gets more urgent that we're doing something. I think this year we had many young people coming from different areas. But anyhow, what is your resume after these last hours here in the Hofburg with you?
Well, it gives you so much courage, so Zutrauen, Zuversicht, listening to the young people in particular, but not only young people. We had people, we listened to people from agriculture, from industry, from all over the world, Asia, Africa, Europe, America, Australia even. So this is really an Austrian World Summit. So I congratulate you, really. I mean, my part was really, was very, very tiny. My main part is getting up today very early. And that's, I stay up at night, you know, no problem, going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, but getting up so early.
So we didn't go to bed, so it's easier for us. We didn't sleep. So.
No, it was really great listening to these young people. To be honest, I mean, in climate policy, I gave up about 10 years ago or so. People wouldn't listen. It's not interesting for journalists and so on. Politically, many people considered it to be a sort of green hobby. It's a minor topic. That has changed. And that has changed because of the engagement of the young people, starting with Greta Thunberg, but millions of young people understand it's their future. It's not my future, it's their future. They understand the economic possibilities. That's interesting. Today, for instance, now in the last hour, to think about the new possibilities where you can actually earn money with a good project. Interestingly, the finance sector economically got nervous, banking and insurance companies. They wonder whether the loan they give out to an enterprise will be a stranded investment in 10 or 20 years. So many things happened at once that gives me a lot of optimism, a realistic optimism that the world is really changing. And we all listen to Antonio Guterres. He's the Secretary General of the United Nations. He understands what's going on. So we have many events of that kind that gives you really not only the impression, but the certainty that something is changing, finally.
Thank you.
And
thank you, Mr. President.
Also due to the efforts of Arnold Schwarzenegger and you personally, of course, because events like this are important. You meet other people, you see what they are doing, you get new inspirations. That's very important.
Thank you so much. And a big thank you from my side again, because we are nothing without our partners. So a big thank you to all the companies. We heard also the critical statements from many of our participants, but I know that those partners who worked with us these last weeks, that they are very serious about the projects and the investments they are doing. So thank you so much to all our partners who gave trust to us and who supported us, and we are happy to continue to work with you. I'm thrilled that Ruskaya is with us. Georgi, I'm such a big fan of you. You don't know that, but one of the reasons why on Tuesday night I'm switching on the TV, that's you and your band, actually. The Grissemann and Stermann, they are like an add-on, but it's mainly because you're performing. So it's a pleasure for us that you're with us, also with your message, which was key for us today. The war is something which has gave us a new incredible challenge. It is something we have not only to work on, but we must not forget that. It's like we get used to it. No, it's nothing we can get used to it. We have to bear that in mind every single day. And what we tried today is also to connect that with this dependency on fossil fuels. But I thank you so much that you are with us with your band today, Georg.
Thank you very much for invitation and for possibility to speak out against the war. Thank you.
And I promise Schnitzel with Arnold when he's in town next time. Vegan Schnitzel.
Well, I think it's time then. On behalf of Hannelore and Barbara, Monica, thank you so much for allowing us to be on stage. This concludes the 6th Annual Austrian World Summit. Ruskaya, take it away.
Soy un soñador con la bandera en mi mano, la bandera roja con el símbolo de paz, por un cielo despejado vida, canto por la amistad. Hablo con la voz de hijos, padres y hermanos, y aunque nos repriman no nos vamos a callar. Por eso te imploro, rompe tus fusiles, canta por la vida, canta por la amistad. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido quiere libertad. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido quiere libertad. Ты себе на миг представь мирную планету, на которой войн нет, нет вражды и зла. Там, где в каждом доме веселятся дети, пусть планету эту люди назовут Земля. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido quiere libertad. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido quiere libertad. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. 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 El pueblo unido quiere libertad. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido quiere libertad. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido quiere libertad. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido quiere libertad. Ay.
Muchas gracias. La paz para nosotros todos. Thank you.